All right, now welcome back in on the Erie Tiger Network. Starting the second half. I am Caleb Humble here tonight, calling color and play-by-play. Mr. Bird is out in Fort Morgan with our Tigers just losing 11-10. So good fight there for the opening day, but lots to look back on and improve on. Erie leads 1-0 after an early goal from Riley McClellan. Centaurus now controls the ball up the left side, and there, Capper there to sweep it out. Now, Erie on the right side. Harrington then hits it off a Centaurus defender out for another Erie throw-in, trying to find some numbers up the right side. Cardenas, the nice move, and hits it out for a throw-in right next to the corner flag. Just about a foot to the left. It would have been a nice corner kick, but now a throw-in. Trying to give that to Capra for a throw-in here. Let's give a little long bomb. Now, Capra in the middle. Out for another throw-in. Now out, and for a Centaurus free kick now. Actually, sorry, it looked like they were giving it as a free kick. Now just a goal kick. This Erie team really trying to find some believers here this year. Didn't get any votes for any kind of top 10 this year, while everyone who, at least in the Erie community, believes in this Erie squad coming back. Cardenas played her freshman year, had a really good freshman year, but then took off her sophomore year to try to get some college exposure, and she did that, committing verbally to University of Nebraska for soccer. So nice little D1 offer there, but back for her junior year, trying to get these Tigers back to the winning side. But last year making the playoffs, but losing the first round to Niwot. So trying to keep that going, only losing one major senior last year, Fiona McNeil, now at University of Northern Colorado. But really trying to find people here. Nice ball in the middle, trying to be played around. Goalie comes out, and Centaurus hits it out for an Erie throw-in. Tigers side looking pretty good. Erie up 1-0, but Tigers side has really played really well this half. Ball play in the middle. Nice shot there, but just cleared. Shot by Mariah Vivi. But now cleared out for a Centaurus throw-in. Vivi coming on in this half as a forward. A sophomore. Ball being played in the back for Centaurus. And a foul on Harrington. So Centaurus now with the ball for a free kick. Ball batted up, and Centaurus now with the ball on the left side, on the Erie side. Now Harrington up the right side, trying to find some numbers. Tries to beat her man, but looks like the Centaurus defender is just going to kick it out of bounds, and does. Trying to create some opportunity here early, but trying to find a rhythm. That's a big thing with soccer, is If you get into a rhythm, you get those nice 1-2s. A lot of things start to open up and passes start to become more crisp and more accurate. So I know it's early in the season, but seeing this Tigers team this early, this attacking is a good sign. Ball played in the middle. Tigers trying to find some space. Cardenas swarmed by Centaurus defenders. Played in the middle and deflected out for a corner kick for Erie. And no one going out to take yet. It looks like McLennan's going to come out and go take that. McLennan, a sophomore, coming to this team, really made a mark, making a goal early. Ball batted around and hits the football goalpost. It goes over the net for a Centaurus goal kick. Actually,
shot and a save, corner kick.
Yeah, shot looked like it was, but goalie saved it up into the football. And now McKenna Harrington out on the right side. The sideline judged. Ball batted out Centaurus. The sideline judge motioned towards a goal kick, but then the head ref put it back to a Centaurus now with a one-on-one up the right side. Tries to put a move on her and now out for a corner. Centaurus now with a corner kick. Nice little counter there for Centaurus. Trying to find some numbers. Ball played in the middle, a little high, out to the back, but just a little hard. And finds the outside. Now Centaurus coming in for a sub, but now it's Erie ball, so subs don't go. Ball hit up in the air. Centaurus controls nicely. Back down to Capra, hits it out to McLennan. And Capper tries and gets it to Zhang in the middle. To Cardenas. Nice ball up to Cardenas, trying to find it. To Vivi. Vivi tries to get it. But just a little far. Vivi pumping her arms, trying to get to that ball, but just a little far for her. Now Erie set to take a corner. Cardenas coming into the middle, try to put the ball in, but then hit out from a Centaurus defender. McNeil trying to find a ball, puts a nice ball in just wide of the post. Great shot there. And now a sub coming on for Centaurus. 9 minutes into this half. Erie still leads 1-0. Centaurus now with a goal kick. Ball played in the middle. McLennan hits. Back up in the air for Cardenas. Now controlled by a Centaurus defender. Ball being bounced around in the middle of the field. Erie controls. Sokolowski hits up to the top of the field. Up to Vivi. Vivi tries to control. 2-on-1 situation. And a foul on Vivi kind of wraps the girl up, and now Centaurus with a free kick. Now Centaurus. Ball the right side. Sokolowski there to control, just boots the ball out of bounds for a Centaurus throw-in on Erie's 25-yard line. Centaurus now trying to find some place to go. Centaurus now trying to find a ball, put it in the box, but just sails wide out for an Erie goal kick. Now Capper here to take. Cardenas now in the middle. Puts it out to McClellan on the left side. McClellan up the left. Tries to play to Vivi, then interrupted there from a Centaurus defender. Now plays it Centaurus plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Ball booted up on the left side. Cardenas trying to control, puts the ball up to Harrington, 2-on-1, but then just heads it right to the Centaurus defender. Now Centaurus with the ball being played in the middle. Headed on by Madison Tallman. Back to Cardenas. Cardenas now with the ball, coming up the middle of the field. Dangerous place, but interrupted there from a Centaurus defender. Now going upfield for Centaurus. A 3-on-3 situation here. Now more Erie defenders coming back, but ball playing just a little too wide for an attacking Centaurus player and played a little bit too far. So now for an Erie goal kick. About 28 minutes remaining in this one. Erie leading 1-0. Still holding on to that lead, but Erie finding a lot of opportunities. Just need to cash in on one of them. Capper sit to take. Pokes it out through the middle. Through a defender to Vivi. To Cardenas in the middle. Cardenas try to find a spot to McNeil. McNeil with the ball. Goalie out. And tries to poke it past the goalkeeper, but just goes a little wide and hits the goalkeeper in the feet. Now McClellan now in the middle of the field. To Cardenas trying to find another spot. Then Harrington with the ball. Ball being moved around in the middle. Now for Centaurus, just hits it out on the right side for Erie. Erie now on the attacking side. Had a couple of good opportunities there, but just couldn't put it right through the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper came out to the very edge of her box, but usually you don't see that very much.
So what's the difference with the Tri-Valley and Northern soccer?
Now Erie with the ball defensively. Played up to Harrington on the right side. Trying to put a move on her. Tallman there, put a ball to McNeil. McNeil trying to find it near the box, the top of the box. Vivi with the ball, blocked by the goalkeeper and then cleared for Centaurus. So great goalkeeping there. Centaurus playing the ball in the middle. Trying to find some numbers. Plays the ball. Try to play it through Fambro, but gets hit up high. And the shot trying to go in the middle of the field is hit wide, but then Hatch just couldn't hold on. So now in Centaurus corner kick from the right side. Typically these ones so far have been a little high. So let's see if they can correct it here. Ball played, nice ball, but just a little wide of the target and then soared over the goal. It's that'd be classified in football as a field goal, so it's the wrong kind of football. Still 1-0 here. Erie leads. Erie now with the goal kick. Ball played up to Cardenas. And hit out from Cardenas. Just couldn't hold on to it. Now McNeil with the ball. Trying to motion Vivi out of the way, but Vivi was already going to it. Centaurus now trying to put a ball upfield, interrupted by Zhang. Now to Cardenas trying to find some numbers. Trying to create some opportunity here. Ball played up to the side, but intercepted there for a Centaurus defender. And now we're going to stop the clock here. And not sure what's going on. And we're supposed to stop the clock, but ended up didn't. And a handball there from Macy Fambro. Actually, they called a foul on a Centaurus attacker on Macy. Now Erie with the ball on their own 30-yard line. Mr. Carpenter here making some critical analysis, trying to put in ball played on the 32-yard line. Thank you. Now back up the middle for Zhang, trying to get through a defender. Fambro trying to create some space. Up to Vivi. Vivi then gets the ball hit away. Now Centaurus puts the ball back to their goalkeeper. Played up the left side and just hit out of bounds for Erie throw-in. Erie now trying to control. Hits the ball up for Centaurus. Now Zhang tries to intercept. Now Centaurus with the ball in the middle of the field. Trying to find some numbers. And hit down by Fambro. McLennan there hits a ball to Cardenas. But now a yellow card given for a Centaurus player for tripping Alicia Cardenas. So now an Erie free kick from Centaurus 40-yard line. Gonna see, put one close here. Waiting for the referee's go. Cardenas plays a little 1-2 with Fambro. Cardenas trying to find some space. Cardenas with the shot wide. So a good chance there from Erie. Just can't find the back of the net here. It's been a little wide, and or just hitting the goalkeeper right in the hands. So all things come with that with the first game. So Tigers doing a good job here trying to find good opportunities, but just got to cash in on one of them. Zhang with the ball. And Tallman with it. Up the right side, that intercepted by a Centaurus defender. Going up the left side now. Trying to play it back into the middle. Centaurus trying to find some space here. Centaurus now at the right side. McLennan try to find it. And another foul from Centaurus with Vivi getting in the way. Referee talking to another player about just need to cut it. Cardenas now squared up to hit it. From Centaurus's 38-yard line. Now Cardenas with the ball trying to put up the field. Nice move, but just a little too far. Now Centaurus gathers going up the right side of the field, trying to put up some numbers. Nice little counter attack. And Sokolowski there hits it back to Hatch and just hits it out of play. Now Centaurus with a sub coming on. Ball now on Erie's 27-yard line. Actually, it looks about the 26 or the 25. She's on the 25. And soars over the head of McLennan. Dangerous ball. Hit out there by Tallman. Centaurus with a shot on goal, and it goes through Hatch's legs into the back of the net. 1-1 now. We're all tied up here. 20 minutes remaining.
Centaurus with the goal. Score tied 1-1.
I believe that was Faith Brendifer. 3. Sorry, number 3, Laura Liebfried. Apologize if I said that incorrectly, but I'm trying my best here. There's just a big bunch of people, so try to pick someone out of there. Erie now trying to control it, trying to get the win here. Sokolowski now in defensive side, trying to get the ball, but just sails out on the Erie side for a Centaurus throw-in. Centaurus trying to find some numbers here. Now, Centaurus with a throw-in. Tries to collect. Nice little 1-2, but swarmed and taken out from McLennan. Vivi heads the ball up and then hit out of bounds. Now for a Centaurus throw-in on the right side. Centaurus trying to control it. Sokolowski hits it up the left side, try to keep it in bounds. Cardenas does and hits off Centaurus defender. And now we're going to have another sub. Number 13, Mariah Vivi comes off for Adley Schenbeck, I believe. Actually, sorry, that's not Adley. That is Dana Johnson. My bad. Ball played up. Harrington trying to find it, but just a little wide, and goalkeeper came out. So 1-1 with 18 minutes left. Centaurus with not very many opportunities, but made the most of it. Nice little shot. Just went right through Hatch's feet. It's really hard to judge a ball when it's on this AstroTurf. You never know how it's going to bounce. Now Cardenas up the left side. Cardenas trying to find some space. And then taken away from a Centaurus defender in the middle of the field. Then batted down by Zhang, but then on the ground, Zhang committed a foul. So now Centaurus with a free kick on Erie's 45-yard line. So now Centaurus lined up for a free kick. And does in the middle. Fambro then clears to Cardenas. Cardenas now trying to find some space. A 3-on-4 plays the ball up high, but just a little too far. Goalkeeper comes out for Centaurus and gathers. Now Centaurus with the ball in the middle of the field. Up, and then Capra then collects. Now up to the right side. Harrington trying to chase it down, but hard time too, and they're going to give a corner kick for Erie. It's an opportunity here the Tigers nearly need to pounce on. Tied 1-1 with only about 16 minutes left. Really need to try to get that scoring advantage again. Now ball played in, a little low, and then hit out from a Centaurus defender. Now Centaurus trying to find some numbers on a counterattack. Capper tries to get booted away but stays in bounds, and then Centaurus defender hits it out. So now Erie with a throw in on the right side of the field. Capper to take throws a long one up to Harrington, but just couldn't handle. Sokolowski trying to gather, but then Centaurus handles it, going up the left side, but then hit out of bounds. Now Erie with the ball on their own 25. Now Erie boots it up the field, and now Centaurus clears out of bounds. Erie now for a throw-in. Harrington tries to play it in. McNeil tries to gather and does. McNeil then just couldn't handle on to it, going out near the Centaurus 10-yard line. Now Centaurus with the ball. Ball being batted around in the middle, and then head out for another Centaurus throw-in. Centaurus playing pretty solid here this second half. Really been kind of a back and forth. Now Centaurus set to have another throw-in. Batted down. Centaurus now trying to control, put the ball in the middle. Threw ball up to the left side, and Sokolowski clears. Now Centaurus with the ball on Erie's 30-yard line. Trying to find some space here. And Zhang clears it out. Now Centaurus trying to get this in play. Now it was actually hit off a Centaurus defender, so now it's Erie throw-in. Back out for a Centaurus. Nice little head up. Another head by Elise Capra. Centaurus with the chance in the midfield and trying to find the ball. Capra then clears up to McNeil. McNeil trying to find some space. Hits it up, but no one there. Going all the way to the goalkeeper. About 13 minutes left in this one. Tied 1-1. Goalkeeper hits it off the side of her boot on Centaurus' own 20. Try to play it up to McNeil. See if he can create anything here, but just a little wide. McNeil has a shot just about 5 yards wide of the post. Turn around and have a quick score, but just couldn't put it on target. Now Centaurus with a sub. Now Centaurus with a goal kick. Up the middle of the field, and a handball right off of Dana Johnson's hand. So now Centaurus with the free kick on the 41-yard line of Erie. Played up. Back out to Centaurus defense. And being played around on the right side. Try to place a nice little 1-2. Then Zhang there intercepts. Fambro fighting for it. Now Centaurus with the ball going up the left side. Now right near the corner flag. Centaurus has the ball. Try to put a move. Try to put it in the middle. And nice piece of defensive work. Centaurus with a throw in now on the left side. Booted out there from an Erie defensive player. And I believe they're going to call a foul on Centaurus. So now free kick for Erie, just outside the 18-yard box. Just about 11 minutes left in this one. Score tied 1-1. Now McNeil has a back heel to Harrington. Harrington couldn't handle. Centaurus now trying to put the ball in the middle. Harrington finds it. Harrington goes back in the middle, trying to find McClendon up the left side, has a nice move. Puts the ball back in the middle, but intercepted from a Centaurus defender. Zhang there heads it down and booted. Zhang then gathers again. Plays it back to Johnson. Ball back in the middle, but just to the goalkeeper's hands. And now Centaurus out to have a nice little counter here. Ball played in the middle. Centaurus gathers. Try to play it upfield. Now Centaurus comes in with a sub, so subbing for both teams here. We have Maddie Hayes coming on for Riley McClellan. Like I said before, Maddie Hayes, a freshman on this team. Also on the field is freshman Madison Tallman. So a couple of freshmen making their varsity debuts. And Maddie Hayes, also a nice member of the Erie Tiger Network Tiger Times class. Nice little publications. Trying to become a writer, so good for her to start having a good start to her high school career. Cardenas wins a free kick, puts it really quickly on the ground, trying to throw it up to McNeil to see if she can gather. And ball kicked out of bounds for McNeil near the 10-yard line. Oh, Centaurus. Cardenas gathers, tries to put a ball in the middle. Not really anyone there, but Centaurus clears up to Capra. Capra trying to find the ball, but then Centaurus gathers. Nice little move, but just hit out wide for an Erie throw-in. Centaurus' 30-yard line. Cardenas trying to put a move on, but then puts it upfield. Cardenas throws the ball in. Zhang trying to get to it, but couldn't. Now being batted around near the 10-yard line of Centaurus, and Erie gathers, puts it back to Cardenas. Cardenas with the shot, and it's over the post. Cardenas with a lot of shots tonight, just can't find the back of the net.
Cardenas' shot for Erie over the goal.
Still tied 1-1 here with about 8 minutes left. So Tigers really trying to get out, maybe try to capitalize on one of these attacks. Now Centaurus with the ball coming up the field on the 20. Now finding in the open field in the middle, trying to find runners going upfield. Centaurus gathering the ball nicely, playing the ball through, trying to get numbers up the field. Nice move there. Centaurus controls the ball on Erie's 40, played up to the 20, and then nicely gathered there from Elise Capra. And played out there from Tallman. So another one of those freshmen out there making her debut. Tallman throws it in. Up to Harrington. Back to Johnson. Johnson plays it up to McNeil. McNeil trying to find space. Trying to find some numbers. Not really anyone going in. She's trying to find some space. Harrington plays it in. Cardenas with the ball in the box. Plays it back to McNeil. McNeil gets hit. And a nice play from a Centaurus defender in the box. Macy Fambro getting talked to again after she had that yellow card first half. So still really aggressive here. So don't want to see her out for at least a game or two with a red card here. Sokolowski there gathers for Erie with a nice ball off the free kick. Hayes there clears the ball up in the middle of the field, but Centaurus gathers back, trying to hit it up the field. Centaurus with the attack, but then hit off from Sokolowski. Centaurus now with the ball. Back to Batted on to Harrington. Harrington hits it on to McNeil. McNeil going up the right side. McNeil trying to find some numbers. Puts a nice move on, but just can't get to it. Puts the ball in the middle and right to the goalie's hands. So didn't look like that ball was going to go through, but somehow McNeil dove for it and somehow got in the middle, but no numbers there. So ball batted back to Cardenas. Cardenas trying to find a space upfield and hit it off from a Centaurus defender. Cardenas gathers the ball back. Goes back in the box and just gets it one touch away from having a shot on goal. Centaurus now on the 50-yard line. About 5:20 left in this one. Still tied 1-1. Centaurus and Erie. Centaurus now with a throw-in on Erie's 40. Centaurus now gathers. Heads a ball up in the middle of the field. Sokolowski hits. Fambro then clears to Cardenas. Cardenas, nice touch. Trying out the right side. Try to put a ball through for Harrington. Nice ball, but just hit off from a Centaurus defender. Centaurus defending today has been absolutely outstanding against the attacking force of Harrington, McNeil, Cardenas, Vivi, all. Now we have an Erie sub. Courtney Hull coming on and Vivi coming back on for Johnson and McNeil. So trying to see if we can get some fresh legs up in the front. Nice ball headed on in the middle. Vivi trying to find a spot and gets cleared out from a Centaurus defender. Now, Hull in the middle. Try to play it back to Plays it back to Matty Hayes. Hayes puts it up in the middle, but then batted back from a Centaurus defender. Centaurus now running up the right side. Plays it back. Sokolowski clears. Vivi tried to keep it in bounds, but just a little too wide. And now I have another Centaurus sub coming on. 3:30 left in this one, so try to see if we can get a late goal here. Centaurus now with the ball, played back in the middle. Capra trying to find it. And gets tripped up. And now a Erie ball. Capra and a attacking player for Centaurus got tangled up, and now Erie with the ball hit out of bounds on Erie's 45 now for Centaurus throw-in. Trying to put a move on Zhang, but doesn't. Vivi trying to collect it. Vivi just hits it out of bounds, getting a little push in the back, but that's okay. Now trying to mark men. Erie trying to find a way to pull this one out. Capra hits it out in the middle. Hull tries to collect. Hull trying to pursue. And a Centaurus player gets to it first and played upfield for Sokolowski. Plays it up to a Centaurus defender. Trying to play it up to Zhang. Centaurus trying to find some numbers. Now nice play there from Tallman. Play it up to Harrington. Harrington trying to find space. Had a lot of space here. Harrington and just hits it off the side of a Centaurus player. Hayes there with the ball. Now played up to Vivi. Vivi trying to find a spot in the middle. Ball played a little wide. Ball played. Cardenas there trying to hit a ball back to the Centaurus goalkeeper. Centaurus then just barely hits it out of bounds. So Cardenas didn't look like she was going to get to that, but she just threw her leg out there. But great goalkeeping there from Centaurus. So now for an Erie corner. About a minute left. McNeil back on. McNeil in the middle. Ball shot on, and it's just a little wide. Another corner kick for Erie. Trying to put it in. Trying to play before the final whistle goes off. So about 45 seconds. Erie with the corner. Played on a short kick. Back to Hayes. But then hit on. Now a counter for Centaurus. Have some numbers. Have space. Ball played up the right side. Played off the wrong shoulder, but sails out of bounds. Erie with a throw-in. 30 seconds left. Fambro trying to collect. Fambro now with a throw-in. Goes down the line to Zhang. Zhang tries to gather. Centaurus then hits. Hayes finds Hole in the middle. Hole trying to find a space. Batted back. Centaurus now has a ball up in the right side. Hits a ball past the goalkeeper. And referee rolls her whistle. And believe we're going to go into extra time.
No, they go 2 10-minute, I think 10-minute overtime in regular season. I think.
So we believe here we're going to do 2 10-minute overtimes, but going to do a golden goal here. So first team to score wins. Still tied 1-1 at the end of two periods. It's a good fight by both teams. Erie just can't capitalize on a couple of opportunities. Centaurus having not that many, but then having a nice shot from 30 yards out. So we'll be right back here in a few minutes on the Erie Tiger Network. All right, welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Start of overtime here, 1-1. Erie Tiger Centaurus Warriors. It'll be a 10-minute overtime. It'll be golden goal. So first team to put that one in the back of the net is going to come out the victor here. Now Cardenas with the ball in the middle of the field, trying to find some space. Plays it up to Harrington. Harrington finds it. Nicely played to Cardenas. Now have numbers going up the field. Played a little wide. And Cardenas hit down, but then cleared to a Centaurus goalkeeper. Cardenas looking for the foul there, but not given. Zhang heads it back to a Centaurus defender. Now Centaurus with the ball going up the field. Back to Fambro. Fambro hits it off. Sokolowski with a nice tackle, putting up the field, back to a Centaurus defender. Centaurus now the ball in the middle of the field. Cleared up to the nice spot. Nice ball being played, but Hatch there to grab it and just fumbled it, but somehow dove right back on it. So now Hatch boots it out. VV controls and hit out for another Erie throw-in. Matty Hayes set to take. Back to Vivi. Lets it go up to McNeil. McNeil with a nice move, trying to put a ball back in the middle. Has a nice roll, but just wide. And hits it to the side of the net. McNeil then tackled and still on the ground. So McNeil slow to get up, but looks to be okay. Just looked like she got a cleat when she was going in for the shot. So now for a Centaurus goal kick. 7:40 left in this overtime. Ball played to the side of the field. Centaurus trying to get some numbers. Fambro then hits. Back to Sokolowski, then hits it out near the 50-yard line. Centaurus throw-in. Centaurus now. Ball back in the middle of the field. Now McNeil plays it up to Vivi. Vivi trying to get to it, but going to be cleared from Centaurus. Now for an Erie throw-in near the 10-yard line. Vivi trying to put a ball back in the middle with no one there. Now Fambro, nice interception there. Zhang with the ball, hits it up to a Centaurus sweeper, hits it back out to Capra. Capra heads it. Now Harrington with the ball. Centaurus' 35-yard line. Harrington going up the left sideline. Harrington then hit, and then now an Erie throw-in. Vivi lets the ball through, but hit off from a Centaurus defender. Centaurus now trying to have a counter. Trying to find some numbers getting upfield. Tallman then hits it up. Centaurus now with the ball back in the middle of the field. Has the nice numbers. Nice counterattack going up the field. Sokolowski trying to get to it. She does and hits it. Now, Hayes trying to get to it, but just a little wide of her feet. Now I have a Centaurus throw-in with another Centaurus sub. 5:50 left in this one, so we're going to do 2 overtimes here, but golden goal. So after those 2 overtimes, we're going to end in a draw. So not bad for both teams, but either one would rather come out a victor than with a draw. So now Centaurus with some numbers getting up the field. Zhang goes in for the tackle, and given as a foul from Zhang. Looked like Centaurus looked like he was tripping over her own feet, but called Zhang on a foul. So now a free kick on 30 yards going to the goal. Centaurus has it. Now, the ref trying to line up the Erie wall, trying to be set up. There's a good chance here for Centaurus. Erie trying to back up as far as possible and trying to get as least amount of runners in. Ball hit high and just goes over the goal, just high. It was right between the soccer crossbar and the football crossbar, so small little gap there. Erie now set for a goal kick. Capra to take. Just over 4 minutes left. Now Hayes hits it up. Cardenas. Cardenas up in the middle of the field trying to find McNeil. McNeil trying to get to it, but just a little too far. And the goalkeeper then sweeps it up. These through balls have just been just a little too powerful today, so that comes with time, but I think a lot of these are going to start working out more for these girls. So now an Erie sub, Maddie Hayes coming off for Riley McLennan. McLennan with a early goal for the Tigers. Now trying to maybe see if she can get another one here to close it out for him. Cardenas now puts it up back in the middle. And now Erie hits it out for a throw-in for Centaurus. So Erie gives it up on the 10-yard box to Centaurus. 3 minutes left in this overtime. 1-1. Centaurus now the throw-in up to Cardenas. Cardenas hits back to Johnson, and Johnson just hits it wide of the goal. So now it's another Centaurus goal kick. A lot of shots tonight from the Erie. Now Centaurus with the goal kick. Play it up the side. Jean gathers Harrington. Nice touch, but just a little far. Centaurus defender can get to it. Now out for a Centaurus throw-in on Centaurus' own 35-yard line. And ball booted out there by Sokolowski. One of the three seniors here, Kennedy Sokolowski, Elise Capra, and Adley Schembeck out here for Erie. So good defensive prowess for the Tigers. These seniors are. Now ball, Erie puts it up in the middle. Johnson hits it up to McNeil on the left side. McNeil trying to find it. And hit out from a Centaurus defender. Cardenas gathers, but then just a little too far for her reach. McLennan then commits a foul on Centaurus' 25. So now Centaurus with a free kick with 1:25 left in this overtime. Now Centaurus played a ball at Erie's 40-yard line. Centaurus with the ball. Try to play it back in the middle. Zhang then hits to Tallman. Tallman tries to put it upfield and hits it off to a Centaurus defender. Trying to clear. Hits it up and back to the back line. Zhang tries to gather, but just a little too wide for her reach. McLennan there tries to intercept and does. Nice back heel from Cardenas. McLennan now upfield. Tigers trying to have this last stand here. And now we're going to do a corner for Erie with 35 seconds left in this overtime. Believe they're going to put Cardenas on this one, trying to put a nice ball in there. Be nice to have Cardenas in there to have it a nice header, but rather have her put a good ball in there and have someone else have a nice hit at it. Cardenas sends it in at high. McNeil tries to gather. Has a spinning ball backwards. Zhang gathers. And then hits it back. Sokolowski tries to hit it back up to the front. Tallman then tries to gather. And that'll be the end of the first overtime. So now we have one more to try to decide the winner of this contest. We have, it's 1-1. So now teams switching fields. Now Erie trying to go back to the side that they had in the first half when they scored that early one. So Tigers looking on to try to see if they can get this one early, try to start off the season with a nice win. Centaurus leads off with the kickoff. And now we're off. Centaurus hits it back. Now Harrington tries to pressure. Ball hit up the middle for Centaurus. Tallman then gathers, hits a hole. Tallman hits again. Try to get some numbers upfield. Hit up to McNeil. McNeil. Harrington head on the ball to McNeil. McNeil just hits it on the inside of her foot and wide of the goal. So just a little wide there for McNeil. Had a couple of those today. Just kind of rust her shot. Well, she had enough room to take one more touch and see if she can put it in a little bit more accurate way. Now Centaurus with a goal kick, played in the middle to Johnson. Johnson hits it up. Harrington trying to chase it down. Harrington trying to head it on to McNeil. Hits it on McLennan. McLennan then gets tackled. Now Erie with a free kick, a dangerous free kick now, probably in the same position Centaurus had in the first overtime. On about the 20-yard line. So, see, about 30 yards here. Cardenas here to take. Try to see if Cardenas can put this in the back of the net. Puts a nice ball on the side. Oh, great save from the goalkeeper, Centaurus. Put a ball on the outside of the boot. Try to get a spinning ball out of bounds, but then try to put it in the back of the put in the short corner, but just hit wide from the goalkeeper. Now Cardenas set to take a goal, trying to set a corner kick. Cardenas now put the ball inside. Ball played just on the side of the net. It was a little cluster over there, and somehow ended up being a Centaurus goal kick. So 7:55 left in this one to decide a winner. Now Centaurus puts the ball in the middle. Johnson then knees it. Harrington trying to gather. Harrington does. Plays it to herself in the middle, trying to find some space. Plays it out to McLennan. McLennan there hits it out of bounds. So now a Centaurus throw-in on the 37-yard line of Centaurus. Now Harrington. Harrington lets it roll out of bounds. He's going to have a throw-in. Now McNeil tries to head it on to Cardenas. Now Sokolowski trying to gather. Hits it right back to a Centaurus attacker. Now Centaurus with some numbers. Try to play it up the right side. Now getting dangerous here on Erie's 24-yard line. Centaurus keeping the ball in bounds. Puts the ball in the middle, but then just wide of the goal. Now for an Erie goal kick. 6:40 left in this. See if Erie can capture just one more goal. Had a lot of attacking forces. Elisa Cardenas creating a lot of these attacks. Now Johnson here to take. Sorry, Sokolowski there back there. Nice kick up to the 50. McNeil trying to keep it in bounds. And they're going to call out of bounds on McNeil back at the 50. So now it's a Centaurus throw-in. Now, Centaurus gathers in the middle of the field. Capper hits it up in the air. Back down. Erie tries to gather. Centaurus just being hit around near the 30-yard line of Erie and then batted out to the right side of Erie. Nice ball played in the middle. Hatch hits it down and gathers. So really hard to find those balls coming at you on this AstroTurf. Nice ball headed on to Johnson. Johnson trying to find it, but just can't gather. Now, Centaurus playing the ball back to their goalkeeper. Harrington. Harrington now let the ball out on the 10-yard line of Centaurus. So now Centaurus with a throw in. About 4:50 left. Decide a winner. McNeil with the ball inside the box. Tries to play it back to Cardenas. Cardenas couldn't handle it. Hull just hits it over the post. Still tied 1-1 here. Centaurus now with a goal kick. Now, played up the right side. Nice trapped ball. Put it back in the middle. Centaurus trying to hold possession here. Plays it up the right side. Nice ball. Played up for Centaurus on the Erie side. On the Erie's 10-yard box coming in and played wide, but blocked off of Tallman for a corner. Now Centaurus here trying to find a corner, trying to see if they can get any kind of offense going right now. Ball played in. A little high. Played off. Nice save there from Fambro. Now one-on-one. And McNeil tried to play it through, but just couldn't get past that one girl. It was a one-on-one situation. Now Centaurus with a counter up into the box. Nice ball played in. Try to get to it. And Centaurus just hits it wide of the post of Hatch. So now really crazy couple of sequences here, but neither team can capitalize. 2:50 left in this one. Decide a winner. Centaurus now lately been on the attack. So Johnson plays it up. Cardenas tries to keep it inside, but just can't keep it in bounds. Centaurus with a throw-in on Erie's 35. Hull tries to gather. Fambro tries to get to it. Hull can't get to it again. And a foul on Hull on Erie 30. 2:18 left. Centaurus out with a free kick on Erie's 30. Erie trying to stay at the top of the 18-yard box, trying to limit the amount of runners. Now ball played in. High shot and just over the bar. That looked pretty good from here, but just a little wide. 1:45 left. Looks like here we're going to end up in a draw, but not what the Tigers wanted to start off with. Nice ball, tried to be contained by Cardenas, but just couldn't get it. Centaurus now trying to create some offense, hits the ball. Erie hits the ball out of bounds on their own 10-yard line. So trying to see if they can get one last attack, try to get one more goal. Nice ball played in the middle, just a little wide of the goal again. And played out for a Centaurus corner. Dangerous play here. About a minute left. Centaurus with a corner kick. Now, ball played in. The good ball headed out by Capra. Good play by Capra. Playing the front post. 40 seconds now. Centaurus parents getting a little rowdy. Ball in. High and off the back of the net. Oh, the parents were cheering for that one because it looked like from our angle that a win in the looking back in the net, curved right in from the corner. 15 seconds, ball being bounced around. Shot for Centaurus just wide of the goal. And it looks like here this one's going to end up in a draw. So good effort by both teams. And that will do it. So now both teams had a good effort, but just ended up in a draw. Not bad as it's not a loss, but it's also not a W. So Tigers trying to find their next spot next game. Well, that'll do it for us. Thank you for joining us on the Erie Tiger Network. I'm Caleb Humble. Also joining me is Alan. We're part of our Erie Tiger Network team this semester. So all of us here at Erie Tiger Network, Mr. Bird, me, Alan, we thank you all for joining us, and we'll chirp at you later.